Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Simone Royale. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe for me. This is a get ready with me girl chat type vibe. Decided to mix it up and really just kind of talk to you guys and let y'all get to know me just a little bit more. As you know, this is Hispanic Heritage Month, and I wanted to kind of talk about my experience being an Afro-Latina, the ups, the downs, the confusion, just all of it. But enough of me talking, let's just get right into the video. So as you guys can tell right now, I got my ponytail done. I still gotta do a couple other things, but I'm gonna do my makeup and then finish up as I go. I did want to take this opportunity to kind of celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month to all the Latinos out there. And I really wanted to just kind of talk about my experience being an Afro-Latina, and maybe this will kind of connect with somebody out there in a different way. Backstory: my mother is from Panama. She was born there, and all of her family are there. Well, her extended family. Right now, like her brothers and sisters are in the States. I grew up in Texas with my mom and my dad and my sister. So already I felt a little bit secluded as a kid, just away from like my cousins and all my family. Really, it kind of made me and my sister more just rely on each other a lot more. When it came to like going to school, the first school I went to was an all-black Catholic school. Then the second school I went to was like majority all-white Baptist school. Weird, right? My next phase was like public school, very diverse. In Texas, we really, when you think of Latino people, really just thought Mexican or El Salvadorian or just those places, right? And I didn't look like what they thought a Latina looks like, which has caused like a little bit of a bit of a separation for a long time for me. And for a while I just felt like just not really knowing or just feeling attached to that side of what makes me me. I saw more of my dad's side than my mom's side because they were a little bit further when it came to like visiting. A lot of times, even to this day, I think because of my lighter skin tone, freckles, people kind of, I've gotten like comments like, oh, you look mixed. I wish that people knew the difference between race and ethnicity, but that's still something that we're kind of getting together, I guess, as people. When people ask me that or say those things, it's like they're saying that because you have these beautiful features, you must get it from another race or ethnicity outside of being black. So it made me even more so like not talk about that side, my Panamanian side. It's a deep conversation. Like, I remember just going through a lot of like identity issues being in high school. Like, I remember when I was turning just like 14 or 15, and I was turning 14 or 15, something like that, and I had one white friend, and I was telling her, I was like, yo, like, I don't know what I should choose. Should I do like a Sweet 16 or a quinceañera? She was like, you can't have both. You gotta pick one. Like, are you black or are you Hispanic? Like, what are you? And at the time, I'm young, like, I don't know what to say to a comment like that, right? But like now, it's just like, how dare this white person try to tell me and label me, tell me what I am and what I should be doing, and you know what I'm saying? But like, when you're that age, you don't know. I didn't know. So it made me not even celebrate either one. I didn't have a quinceañera and I didn't have a sweet 16 because I just felt just not even wanting to explain myself. And I think that has been like the thing in my life. Just like, you know, I don't feel like explaining to people like what I am and who I am just so they can try to tell me, no, you're wrong or whatever. Yeah, that was a lot, like being in high school, feeling that way. Because I didn't grow up around other Panamanians and other Afro-Latinos, I felt like just my family was different from other Black families, right? Because we were eating rice and peas, we were eating curry goat, we were eating, you know, all the shit, all the things. But when I would talk to my Black friends, they were like, no, we don't eat that. We're eating like mac and cheese. We're eating, you know, greens, which my mom made that stuff too. When I went to college, I met like more Afro-Latinos, but they were more like Dominicans or Puerto Ricans. It was never Panamanian. And then a lot of the ones that I met and knew, they had like more of that like media curl hair. Like I have 4C thick, straight up, like, you know, thick ass hair. When people see my hair, they're like, oh, she got that from her dad's side, you know? And meanwhile, it's like my mom, my aunt, all my uncles, like, they have that same type of hair. When people have this like imagery of what a Latina or Latino looks like, and you're growing up and you don't know other Afro-Latinos, it could really just kind of make you like shrink yourself in a big way. Okay, I had to put my lashes on. One day when I decide to have kids, I want them to speak fluently, so I gotta break the curse. Like I have to like learn the language now, which I've been doing like a lot of Duolingo and a lot of like performing Spanish songs. I've been doing that at some of my gigs, and of course like writing, songwriting in Spanish, you know, trying like that side and really just trying to immerse myself in the language, in the culture, which is like super hard to do it by yourself. But like I'm doing it because I feel like if I don't, then that side, my mom's side, won't carry on, you know? It was super, sorry, I thought somebody was outside. It was super, super hard, like growing up and not feeling attached to that side of me, and then like later on in life trying to you know, grasp at it. I wish that my grandmother and my great-grandmother really were like, you know, F what these other people think, you need to just know both. Like, don't forget where you came from, don't forget this language, but you know, you need to know how to speak English too. Like like try to like learn a third language, be a triple threat. So one thing I've learned from just talking to other people as I've been trying to, you know, do more or be more intentional, I should say, just dive into it, which is easier said than done, but I've been doing it. I've been watching The Family Chantel. That's like my easy, like people who look like me that speak Spanish and English, so it kind of goes back and forth. That's been helping me. And of course like Narcos is really cool, and then like, you know, learning Spanish songs. I'm a huge Rosalia fan. My suggestion to anybody who kind of is going through or has gone through what I've gone through is to not let this world define you. You know, don't let people try to tell you what you are. That's like the pathway to your destruction. If you allow that to happen, I'll say I've let it happen before, and it's not fun. Like, that shit does not feel good. I forgot to start on my brows. Another thing that people told me to do was to travel, like, and mind you, like, my first time out of the country was this year. And I went to Jamaica. I went through like a lot where even my mom, she was like, you know, I just want you to embrace this side more. You know, you should like do more Spanish songs or like, you know, just stuff like that. And I always just felt really, back then I just felt really reluctant because I didn't want to have to explain, like, because I don't want to go into the conversation of like, oh, you're mixed. It's like, no, I'm not mixed. God knows what my sister went through because she's a chocolate girl. Shout out to all the chocolate afro latinas and Latinos, you know what I'm saying? Where she's more fluent in Spanish than me. Like, she's way further ahead. And I feel like she's kind of tapped more into that side than I am. But people will question her more because she is chocolate. So it's just like, it's just kind of like screwed up either way you look at it. It's really, oh, that's my sister. Speaking of which, all right, sisters, I went ahead and like finished my brows and started to line my lips a little bit. I even changed my phone to like all Spanish a few months ago, and girl, I was struggling. Like, at first I was cool, but then like when they send you like for instance, when I was like traveling a lot in the first like 6 months of the year, it would send me like COVID notifications and stuff about like, you know, the exposure of each city I was in. I'm trying to like pick up on this stuff like real quick, but I'm like doing all these other things, but I'm trying to like know what they're saying real quick. And I got like really impatient to where like I changed it back to English, but now I'm changing it back to Spanish and just trying to have more patience with myself. Jesus, that was smooth. But in conclusion, if you guys end up like seeing me do like more shit that has like Spanish just showing like my Panamanian culture, you guys have seen this video, you guys know how much of a special thing it is for me. If you guys have any thoughts on what I could do or do more of to help me in this area of my life, things that you've learned or that have helped you along the way. So I know I'm not the only one that's felt like this, and it really, really is apparent in like the entertainment business. I often think about like, what if I like one day wanted to have like a whole album that was in Spanish? Like, would people like fuck with it? Did you hear that? That's my stomach. So cute. It's a simple, you know, beat. But I knew I was going to be talking about something heavy or that's heavy to me. So I wanted to go for a more simple look. But yes, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope that like I kind of gave a little bit of insight to like who I am. Leave a comment, let's talk about it. I'm a little bit scared. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. As always, I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all.